My pee thinks I'm pregnant and my blood thinks I'm pregnant, so I think I might be pregnant. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I guess by the time you're watching this, I have announced that I am pregnant, which sounds so crazy saying coming out of my mouth. It's still so new to me and I'm so overwhelmed with emotion, mostly I'm just so happy, and I don't know, it just doesn't seem real at all. I'm sure anyone who's at this phase that you've talked to, or if you've been in this situation, like, it just doesn't seem real. Like, even though I've peed on like 1,000 sticks and the doctor told me that my blood test is positive, it still doesn't seem real. Like, it's just so crazy. Like, I just seem like my normal self. It's crazy that there's another person growing inside of me right now, but I couldn't be happier, honestly. And Austin is so happy, which just makes me so happy. So I'm just so excited to share this news with you guys. I haven't even known for that long, but I'm learning so much. Apparently I'm 4 weeks pregnant now, which is crazy because I just found out and it was only conceived like 2 weeks ago. But you know, I guess that means I'm 4 weeks pregnant with how they do it. So yeah, I thought I'd just kind of like sit down and answer a lot of the questions that my friends had for me when I told them, and just kind of go over everything with you guys. If you guys are into videos like this, I know since I got pregnant, like literally all I've been doing is watching videos like this. It's so interesting to compare your situation to other people's, and even before I was pregnant, before I was even thinking about getting pregnant, I used to love watching these types of videos just to like see people's journeys and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to hear a little bit more about my pregnancy so far, then just keep watching. Okay, so the first question a lot of people have asked me was, were you guys trying? And so Austin and I haven't been on birth control for like 2 years, maybe a year and a half, 2 years, and we've just been using the pull-out method. Sorry if this is TMI. This video is probably going to be really TMI, as most talking about pregnancy videos are, because talking about pregnancy has a lot to do with your body and stuff like that. So yeah, we weren't on birth control. We were just using the pull-out method, and that worked really well for us. And in the back of my mind, I was always like, I don't know, I knew that that isn't like the best form of birth control at all. Like, I knew there was always a possibility of getting pregnant while we were doing that, but like obviously we were married, so we were open to the idea. I know some married couples don't want to get pregnant, but we always knew that starting a family was something that we wanted to do. So even though we kind of wanted to wait a couple years, we were still open to it if it did happen. So we we were just using like a natural form of birth control, I guess you could say. So we were doing that, and then I talked to you guys about this a little bit in my thyroid video when I talked about my thyroid problem. So I've seen a few endocrinologists in the past year, and they kind of found that I also had some polycystic ovary syndrome symptoms. So I had high testosterone levels, which I was shocked by because I'm like the girliest person ever, and I know that's not like necessarily like what that means. If you have high testosterone levels, that doesn't mean you're like a manly girl, but that's like what I associated it with in my head. So I was still like in the normal range with my testosterone levels. They were just like on the higher end of normal. So my doctors told me that that could make it more difficult for me to get pregnant, and it might interfere with my fertility. They also told me that if my thyroid levels were off a little bit, that it would be harder for me to get pregnant and my risk of miscarriage would be higher. So luckily, a couple months ago, I finally got a green light from my doctor that my thyroid levels were good. So I've been on the same level of medication for the past few months, and apparently like that's a good level for me. But even after she told me that, I still asked her about like the fertility thing, and she told me like, yeah, it might take you a few times trying to get pregnant. Like some women with your circumstance, it takes them a year to get pregnant. And Austin and I always had the idea of November. Like that was like our month that we were gonna start trying. In our heads, like we've been saying that for like probably a year, that November 2016 was the month that we were gonna actually start trying. But since my doctor told me that it might take us a while to get pregnant and stuff like that, I just decided this month, which was September, I was just like, you know what, like let's just not prevent it anymore, since it's probably not gonna be an instant thing for us. Like let's just, you know, stop preventing it, and like if That way, like, once we start trying, you know, we kind of like are in the rhythm with things. Maybe we'll like get to know my cycle and stuff like that. I don't know. We were just like, meh, like, let's just not prevent it anymore. But like, even that is so nerve-wracking, like knowing that we were having unprotected sex. Like, I don't know, like I just like thought I was gonna get pregnant, even though in the back of my head I was like reminding myself what the doctor said, that it's gonna take a long time and don't stress yourself out about it. But even though I was like, I knew that we were having unprotected sex, I was just like, oh my gosh, like I'm probably gonna get pregnant, and being a psycho about it. So, and I didn't even know exactly when I was ovulating. Like, I never took ovulating tests or anything like that. I just used an app that I've been using to track my period for like the past year. So I knew that it was like, it knew my cycle of periods, but I didn't know if it knew my cycle of ovulating, because, you know, some women ovulate earlier in their cycles and some women ovulate later in their cycles, and this just like says that you ovulate right in the middle of your cycle. So I didn't know if that was exactly when I was ovulating. I just like guessed based off of that. And so we were just, you know, having fun for a month. And at the time that the app said I was ovulating was actually when we were in Santa Barbara for our anniversary anyways. So if I really was ovulating at that time, like, that was super convenient because we were like on a romantic getaway anyways. But yeah, I really didn't think it was gonna happen this fast. So I guess my doctor was wrong. I guess I am fertile, and I don't know, that made me feel so happy. Just like, I was so concerned that like I wasn't gonna be able to get pregnant, and that would have made me so sad because like my whole life I've wanted to be a mom. So it was just such a huge relief to me, like seeing that positive pregnancy test, because I've never seen that, obviously. So anyone who is like, you know, trying to get pregnant will tell you like the 2-week wait is so terrifying. The time until you're supposed to start your period and take a pregnancy test is just like so annoying. I was just like, I just want to know. It's so crazy to me right now that I could be pregnant and I just don't know. Like, I just want to know. I was going crazy, and like, I honestly thought that I was like making up pregnancy symptoms in my head, because I was like, I'm probably not pregnant. Like, I'm probably just making up these things in my head. And I kept waking up in the middle of the night. So it was like Wednesday, gonna be Thursday in the middle of that night. I literally like woke up in the middle of the night and I was just like, I have to take a pregnancy test. And I was supposed to not even start my period till Monday. So it was like so early. Woke up in the middle of the night, took a pregnancy test, and it was negative. So I was like, okay, well, at least now I know. I was just like, even though I was like a little sad, obviously, I was just like, okay, at least I know now. Kind of had like a sigh of relief. I was like, okay, well, at least I know, because it was just like the not knowing that was driving me crazy. And I thought I was having symptoms, and I was like, okay, Dani, you're making those up in your head, like, you're crazy. Okay, you're fine. So Thursday goes by, and then Friday morning comes around, and I don't even know why. I was just like, I think I'm gonna take another one, just like right when I woke up. And even though I had just taken a negative one, I was like, it might have been too early to detect any, you know, because I've been like doing all this research. So I took another one, and I was like literally in the middle of editing. Like, I was like in the middle of editing, I was like, oh, I have to pee. Like, I'm just gonna pee on a stick while I'm at it. So I peed on the stick, went back to editing, went back to the bathroom and checked it, and there was like, at first I was just like, okay, it's negative. And then I like looked at it a little closer, and there was like the faintest line. Now that I look at the picture, I'm like, I don't even know how I saw that. Like, it's barely there. And so I sent a picture to Austin's sister, because she's been like we've been talking about this and stuff like that, because she was trying this month, and so she was like, oh my gosh, like, what if we get pregnant the same month and stuff like that. So I sent it to her, and she called me back, and she's like, oh my god, Dani, you're pregnant. And I was like, no, it's just like a super faint line. Like, that can't mean that I'm pregnant. Like, it would be darker if I was pregnant. And she was like, no, it just means that you are really early in your pregnancy. And I was like, no, like, no, it's not. I'm not. Like, I just like didn't believe it. And she's like, even send it to Haley. So I sent it to Austin's other sister, who is pregnant. She's 7 weeks ahead of me. So at that point she was like 11 weeks or something. So yeah, our babies are going to be 7 weeks apart, which is really fun, because it's like we're like the first 2 grandkids of our family, so we're super excited. They're going to be like best friends. So I sent it to her, and she's like super like logical, like Austin, so she like went and like found articles that were like, yep, like if you have any pregnancy hormone in your body, like the test will detect it, and if it's just a little bit of pregnancy hormone, the line will be really faint. and that just usually means that you're really early in your pregnancy. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, this is crazy. And I was like keeping this to myself all day, so I was just like freaking out all day, like Googling all this, like watching all these videos about it. And Austin came home and I told him, and I'm pretty sure you guys might have already seen that. I posted it on YouTube. If you haven't already, I will link it in the description box down below. It was so funny. He literally just like froze, and like I was so awkward. Like I didn't know how to react to him reacting. It was just so funny. That was really fun. And then I just kept taking pregnancy tests every day. The line was getting darker and darker. I went to the doctors on Monday, just like my normal family practitioner, and I got a blood test, and they called me back and they said, your blood test is positive. So I called Austin and I told him my blood thinks I'm pregnant too. My pee thinks I'm pregnant and my blood thinks I'm pregnant, so I think I might be pregnant. So I told all my friends at that point, and then the next day we were going to the Lakers game with Austin's parents. So I had this little tiny newborn onesie that was so tiny. Like, I can't believe how tiny newborns are. Like, I don't think I've ever been around a newborn in a long time because I was so shocked with how tiny it is. And since we were going to a Lakers game, and Austin's a big Lakers fan, on the front of the onesie I put newest Lakers fan, and on the back I put Smith 17 because our last name is Smith, and then the baby's going to be born in 2017. And Austin thought his parents might be confused since one of his sisters is pregnant. Like, they might think it was for the baby. And I was like, Austin, her last name isn't Smith anymore. Why would we be giving them a gift if it's for her? And it has like it's like a basketball jersey, and you're the one who played basketball. Like, there's no way they're gonna be confused. And it's so funny because Austin videotapes them, and they were so confused. Like, they're like, oh, why are you giving us a gift? And they just like open it and they pulled it out. And Austin's dad is like, why are you opening Haley's gift? And she's like, it's from Austin. They were just like sitting there like, oh yeah, this is cute. Like, thanks, Austin. Like, so confused. And we're all like, it says Smith. And they're all like, what? What? Like, did not get it at all. Like, I thought it was so clear, but I guess it wasn't. And then like the moment they clicked, they're like, it's from Austin? Like, it was so cute. So, and they were so excited and they hugged us and stuff like that. And I haven't even, at the point that I'm filming this, I haven't told my parents yet because I haven't seen them, and I'm leaving to go on vacation with Austin's family this weekend. So when I get back, I'll have to have dinner with my parents and tell them. And I know they're going to be so excited because I'm the oldest in my family, and like my immediate family, and of all my cousins and stuff on my dad's side of the family, and my whole family is gonna be so excited. Like, since the day I've got married, they've been asking me like when I'm gonna get pregnant, so I'm so excited to tell them. I'm just so happy. So I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing right now because I've never done a video like this before, but I'll tell you some of the symptoms that I had before I found out that I thought I was making up in my head. So about like 1 week after I ovulated, so obviously too early to take a pregnancy test, I said to Austin, I was like, oh my gosh, my boobs are getting so big. Like, they feel so heavy. Like, why do they feel so heavy? Like, what's wrong with me? Like, I was just felt like my boobs felt so heavy. Like, I remember saying that, and now that I like know, I'm like, oh, that's probably why. And I just have been so tired. So the past like 2 weeks, I've just been so tired. It like makes me scared that I'm having like twins or like a giant baby. I don't know if you guys know this, but Austin is 6'7", and he was only like 8 pounds something ounces when he was born, so not like a super giant baby, but I like always have this fear that I'm gonna give birth to like literally like a 5-foot human. And I've like wanted to take naps in the middle of the day, which like I've never wanted to do before. Like, I'm not a napper, so that's kind of weird. Oh, I also was having really vivid dreams, like not really so much lately, but like the whole week before I found out I was pregnant, I was having the most vivid dreams. Like, I could wake up the next day and tell you every single detail about my dreams, and they were super random. Like, I was like screaming in my sleep, and Austin was like, stop screaming. And in my dream, I was having a dream that I got to my house and there was all these people in my house having a party, and I was just like screaming like, get out of my house, like, and that's what I was screaming like in my sleep, and Austin woke me up. So random. It's like not scary, just so random. Oh, waking up in the middle of the night, I think I was just because I was like restless and I like didn't know if I was pregnant or not, and I'm just like kind of a control freak like that, and I just like was like freaking out that I didn't know. And I was kind of having like a little bit of cramps, like kind of like period cramps, but like a little lighter. And then also like as I started getting closer to the time that I could take a test, so like almost 2 weeks, I was getting lower back pains. Like it would hurt when I would like stand in the shower for a long time. My lower back would start hurting. After I took the test and then I knew I was pregnant, so the past like 6 days, what has changed? My boobs are starting to hurt now. Like they don't only feel heavy, like they're like really sensitive. Like anytime I touch them, and they're just like so uncomfortable all the time. Like they're uncomfortable when I wear a bra, and they're uncomfortable when I don't wear a bra. So I need to find something comfortable. Like right now I have on like just like a bralette that's kind of like a sports bra. And I think that's like probably the most comfortable thing for me. And I'm still sleepy. I've been trying not to nap as much, even though my doctor told me to listen to my body. And she told me like, if you're tired, sleep. And if you're hungry, eat. Like, don't worry about being lazy. Don't worry about gaining weight. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna tell Austin you said that, because now I have an excuse to nap all day. But I've just been trying not to, because I still do want to like get my videos out and like be productive and stuff like that. I feel like the only area that I've really been slacking in is like cleaning my house. It's kind of a mess. So I'm kind of napping instead of cleaning my house. Oh, and this was the worst one, and this is really TMI. So after I took my second test, okay, so the second I told Austin, like he would like not get off me. I was like, oh my gosh, like seriously, like get off of me. Like he was like obsessed with me. And then so the second day after I took the second test, like same thing, like he saw like another positive test, like he would not get off me. Like, and I'm like not feeling sexual at all. Like I'm just like not in the mood, but he really, really wanted it, so I was like, okay, fine. And then, oh my gosh, afterward, I had the most painful cramps of my entire life. Like, I literally almost started crying. I hurt when I walked. It hurt for, like, literally 10 minutes straight. It was, like, literally so painful. And I Googled it, and apparently in early pregnancy, because, like, when you have an orgasm, your uterus contracts. So I guess like for some reason when you're pregnant, like that hurts. And oh my gosh, I've been like so scared to do it since, because it was the most painful thing in my life. And before I was pregnant, I always thought that I wanted to be like an all natural birth, like waterbed in my living room. But since feeling that one little contraction, like I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna need drugs, because that was horrible. And that was probably like this much pain compared to like what childbirth is gonna be like, so I'm scared. So yeah, that's all I have really to update you guys about right now. If you are a mom, or if you know anything about pregnancy, like please leave me some advice, because I honestly like don't know that many people who have had kids recently. Like obviously I know like people like my aunts and my mom and stuff like that, but I just like don't really know anyone who has had kids recently. I have like Austin's one cousin, and yeah, like Austin's sister's pregnant right now, but like I'm the first of my friends, the first of my cousins, so I would love if one of you guys could give me some advice, because I'm literally just figuring this all out for myself, like Googling the crap out of everything, trying to make the best decisions. I just want it to be a super healthy baby, so I'm trying to do everything that I can to make sure that happens. If you guys like these pregnancy updates, let me know. Give it a thumbs up. Comment in the comments down below how often you want me to do these. I think I'm going to do this one and then do another one in 4 weeks. And then maybe I'll announce it at 8 weeks, or maybe I'll wait till 12 weeks. I'm kind of just like seeing how I feel, because like I don't know if there's like a right way to do any of this. I'm kind of just going with my gut on everything. I'll probably do 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks. And then after that, if you guys want me to do it more frequently or whatnot, just let me know. And yeah, I'm just so happy and I'm so excited that I get to share this news with you guys. I hope you guys are excited too, to see like my life change and my body change and our family change. Like I'm so excited to have like a little person to teach, especially about like veganism and stuff. Like I just want to make like cute little kid vegan meals. I'm so excited. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this. I love you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!